Be Real Boxing. We're here with Johnny Nelson. Johnny, how's it going for you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very good.
So, Sheffield Motor Point Arena this Saturday. We've got Kell Brook making his homecoming after 7 long months after coming back from injury. How do you see the fight going for Kell?
I think Kell, it'll be a late stoppage for Kell. He has to pull form he has to be on form. I think Joe Jordan is no pushover, and people need to understand that. And he's the mandatory challenger, so this isn't a picking for Kell. Kell has to fight his opponent. That means this man has fought his way into the position to be mandatory challenger for the world title. And this is every fighter's dream. So don't think that this is going to be a pushover for Kell. But if Kell is truly a world beater, you know, you have to deal with all sorts of opponents. And the difference is, when you're champion, you're no longer the hunter, you're the hunted. So therefore, everybody's got their eye on you, everybody's watching you, everybody's sizing you up from before you even know who they are. So for Kell, he's in a champion's position, and that's the responsibility of becoming a champion. You've got to deal with all comers.
I wanted to touch on the fact that Kell's a hometown hero. He's from Sheffield. Yourself, you come through the Ingle gym, both of you at different times, of course, but how much pressure is it being like a champion in this city and setting an example for
You know what, it's not that bad because you get used to it. For Kell, he'll get used to it. I got used to it, you know, Naz got used to it, because there's been that many champions roll out of the Ingle gym, out of Sheffield. You're used to being around success, so if you want it, you're expected to get it. And if you're the first one in your gym that's become champion, and you've got all the press, all the attention, everybody around you, then it's a lot to take. But when you've seen it, when you've grown up with it, like Kell has. Remember, Kell was only a baby when I was world champion in the gym, when Ryan was European champion, when Naz was there, when Harold Graham was there. So he's seen it. So it's no big deal to him. It's a bigger deal to everybody else than it is to Kell. So he can deal with this pressure. And what you do is, when you go to these shows, because Brendan makes sure that you're at all these big shows, and then you pick what you would do and what you won't do. So when you're at these shows and Kell's watching, he's thinking, I want it, it's my turn next. So you're waiting for your turn. It's not a surprise, you're waiting for your turn. So this is nothing. This is no big deal to Kell. And he proved that by going out to America and winning the world title.
You just touched on the fight with Sean Porter. When you were watching that fight, how did you think it was going?
I thought it was tight. And depending on what you're looking at. And I thought it was tight. I thought he won it, but not by such a margin. But as long as they thought he won it and he was out in the States, you can't argue with him, because you can't say it was a hometown decision, because Kell's not from that town.
Yeah, of course. History will always see it as Kell Brook winning on paper anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Kell Brook won on paper, that's what was born.
I want to touch on the fact that Sky won the rights for Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yay!
How are you feeling about that?
Of course, I'm happy. Listen, you know, people say you're smug. Yeah, I am, because if anybody else won it, they'd be too. Everybody wants to get involved in this, and I would have been one of them. If Guy hadn't won it, I'd want to be there anyway. I'd get myself out there to try and get a job as a cleaner. I don't care. And so, yeah, of course you've got to be, and you've got to embrace it. Now it's not about Sky winning it. It's about the fight itself. It's a big deal. It's about getting all the eyes of the UK on it, and so this has got to be packaged right, so everybody knows it's available to be watched. So I'm glad Sky pulled it off. And you listen, I know the bosses worked hard for this, so this wasn't a gimmick. You know, they had to work hard to get this, and there's a whole team that are depending on this as well. In every broadcaster, ITV, BT, Box Nation, everybody would tried to get it. That's just how it is. Someone's going to get it, someone doesn't. And Sky, I hope, thankfully, because of their past record and what they've achieved in the past, I hope that was the reason why Pacquiao Mayweather said, yeah, let's go with you boys.
The size of this fight, it's a monumental occasion. It's going to be one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Now, we've got Mayweather, you've got Pacquiao, you've got the defensive genius and the whirlwind, the force of nature, Manny Pacquiao. 5 years ago, maybe it would have been a different fight, but a lot of people still would have gone with Mayweather. But what do you see, and how do you think this fight is going to go? Who do you predict to win this fight, and by what margin?
Common sense tells me Floyd Mayweather, because how he trains is how I was brought up in the gym, how Kell was, how Naz was. You live in the gym. Even when you've not got a fight coming up, you've got to train. And that's what Mayweather does. He trains in the gym all the time. So it's like being on top of computers. He's always ready for the next move. He's used to it. You know, it's like you anticipate a person's body language. And that's what living in the gym does. So common sense tells me Floyd Mayweather. My gut tells me Manny Pacquiao, because pace is king. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when this fight should have been made, Mayweather without a doubt. Now, as you get older, remember, Floyd Mayweather's 38 years old, so his pace, now he has to control the pace. Now, if you've got somebody like Manny Pacquiao, who isn't the man he was, but still has that pace, and still will work on that pace, and still has that awkwardness. If you got something like Manny Pacquiao that puts it on you, can you control him? Because as you say, he's like a Tasmanian devil. He's like, you know, a whirlwind. So it's controlling that pace. So my gut tells me Manny Pacquiao. But I don't mind if I'm wrong, because I'm a Mayweather fan, and it might not come across that way because I think Manny Pacquiao's will win. Just because I don't think my man will win doesn't mean I'm not a fan of my man. You know, if I'm wrong, I don't mind being wrong, because I think both fighters are a credit to our sport for different reasons.
The best in the division, very own Amir Khan. Now, Amir Khan, Kell, Brook, that would easily sell at Wembley. What do you think is holding up the fight, in your opinion?
Amir Khan. Listen, I'm a fan of Amir Khan. I like Amir. Kell's my boy. We're from the same gym. And people always ask me, what do you think? I'm going to go with Kell on top form. Kell has to be on top form to beat Amir Khan. If he's not, Amir Khan beats him every day of the week. So Kell has to be on top form. An on-form Kell Brook beats Amir Khan. But Amir Khan has proved in his last few fights that, you know what, especially in his last fight, I'm a force to be reckoned with. And I actually think he won't get a fight with Manny Pacquiao. He won't get a fight with Floyd Mayweather because he's too much of a handful. But, you know, Amir knows himself, if Kell is on form, which he will be, for them to fight because it's personal, you know, it's going to be a toughie. And business tells you this. Business tells you why would they take the chance. You know, money's there, the offer's there, the chance of it happening is there. It's a big fight. We want it. You know, Kell wants it. The public want it. This is down to Amir, and I'm quite sure come Saturday night, Kell Brook will, you know, if he's victorious, Kell Brook will be shouting out Amir Khan's name, and the pressure will be on Amir.
Thank you for speaking to Bureau Boxing, Johnny. Appreciate it. Thank you.